Hi everybody! Today we're going to be making a wall hanger with some of the heart pieces that I have in my craft stash. And one of these, I know I've got two here, but I'm going to be using one of these rounds. They're about 11 3/4 round. You can get something very similar from the Dollar Tree. I happen to get these from Amazon. The ones I got are pretty warped, so I'm not going to use this one. I kind of picked through the stack that I had, and this was the least warped, so we're going to go with this one. If you wanted to pick something up from the Dollar Tree, you could go with something like a pizza pan. That's probably going to pick up all the light, but you could go with a pizza pan. Or if you happen to catch these while they were in the store, this one was from the fall, but you could use the back side of that. You could peel this off, or maybe you found a different one that is the season you want to go with. So you could use that as an option. I'm going to go with the wood piece because that's my preference. I'm also going to be using a bunch of these little heart pieces that I've had in my stash for a while. This I believe you can get in the store now. I have had this for a couple years. I've used them in other crafts. That's why the packaging is open. This was on a sign. I peeled off the design that was on here. I think it was kind of hung like, 3 or 4 in there, and it had a phrase or something on it, but I peeled it off and I used 1 or 2 of them for another craft. And I'm going to use up these 4 for this one. Also, these little wooden cutouts. Here's the packaging. Laser cut. They come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. Hearts, owls, stars, all sorts of things at the Dollar Tree. So I got some of those. These, I can't remember if they came from the Dollar Tree or if they came from Hobby Lobby. They had little gummy stickers on the back. They came in a pack with the red ones, these pink glittery ones, and then just these plain. So I'm going to be using some of those. And these little half beads. These I got from Amazon, but I'm pretty sure you can get these anywhere. Hobby Lobby, the Dollar Tree might even have some of them. Joann's, things like that, Michael's. Whatever craft store you prefer to go to, you can probably find something very similar. And then handy dandy Gorilla Glue. You could use hot glue, you could use super glue, anything that works with wood, you could pretty much use. So I've already found the center of this. You can see by the little pencil mark there. And all I did is I kind of put it on my little mat here, kind of straightened it out as best I could to find it between everything. Like I said, it's 11 3/4 round, so it's just under the 12 mark. So I set it so that I have 12 this way, 12 that way. I counted to the 6, went to the center this way, the center this way, and that's how I found center. You might have an easier way. That's how I did it. I kind of played around with this a little bit to come up with my design. So the center is going to be very important for me. And I'm just going to line up my design once again. Now this is going to be for Valentine's Day, but the way I'm going to do it, I guess it could be left up for St. Patrick's Day and other holidays. I want to make sure I didn't miss my center there. There we go. Just going to get it all laid out. Let's go with these next. The way I want it. And if you hear a noise in the background, it is very chilly in my craft room. It's pretty chilly outside right now. So I have my little space heater on. I was going to turn it off, but it's a little too chilly for that. So I hope you don't mind the noise in the background. So I'm just going to lay out my little hearts. If you were going to recreate this, do it however you feel it looks best. I'm going to use some of these now. And just go ahead and line them up. I'm just going to lay it out again, and then I'll start all the gluing. But I'll spare you the gluing. I'm just going to show you how I lay it all out. Ooh, they're kind of stuck together. There we go. Let's see. I don't want this red side, so I'm just going to flip it over, but I do want this shape. This one's got a little bit of a different shape. I could use the pink glittery one, but I'm going to use these, just the red ones. They're not glittery, they're just painted. But they were painted by, that's the way they came, pre-painted, so I'll probably have to try to clean that glob up a little bit better, but I'll just show you my layout real quick. I did actually want to go around the whole circle with these, but unfortunately I'm trying to use what's in my stash and not buy anything more right now. I'm sure I'll buy more as the year progresses, but for now, so I was short. Obviously I could put this one here, but then I'd be short one over here because I used another one in a previous craft, and I don't want to buy a whole pack just for one, because I'm trying to use things up and clean things up. So I'm going to just fix my design so that it will work with what I have. So here's the basic design. I might do a little something different here with these ones. I don't know if I'll just put maybe one there or try to squeeze in two, but we'll see. All right, so when we come back, this will all be glued up. I have all these little gem things, little hearts, but since I'm going to paint this, they won't stay that color, which might be okay. Might give it some texture. It does not want to come out of the package. Now I know this looks a little bit over the top, but I am going to paint it all one color. This is after 3 very light coats of black spray paint. I like the coverage. You can't really see the red too much. The little gems are covered. So I like how that turned out. But I think I want to give it just a coat of maybe some acrylic black paint, because some of the things, like the wood, didn't take that great. So I think I might just do that, a light coat of that. My options for black paint in my collection are Waverly chalk paint in ink, the color ink, or this multi-surface satin licorice color. So I think I'm going to go with this color. But I also think I'm going to water it down some because it's very thick. I have this little yogurt cup that I cleaned out. Have a little water spray bottle. I could just go to the sink and get a little bit of water, but it's convenient because it's right there. There we go. Get a little of that. Use the end of a So I can't remember the last time I tried dry brushing something, and that's really the effect I want to go. I want to use this gold. I was thinking about trying to find some like rub and buff and just outline it, but I really don't want to spend the extra money, and I have this in my craft supply, so I'm going to try it and see if it gives me the effect I'm looking for. Hopefully it does. I have a few different sizes of brushes. I'm not 100% sure which one I want to do, so I think I'm going to start with this one and see what it does for me. A little bit of paint. We're going to start with one of these. I'm going to put it on a Lazy Susan just so I can push it around a little easier. There we go. And it brings it up a little bit. And now I can kind of see it a little better. I like that. I feel like this is kind of a wasteful process, but I'm gonna try it nonetheless. All right, and that is pretty much the look I'm going for. So I'm going to set this aside. I have a little paint left here, so I have another project I've been working on. So I'm going to set this aside. I bought this piece at a secondhand shop, and it was actually like a really weird, like periwinkle purple kind of color. I don't even know, like a bluey purple. And I didn't like it. It doesn't really go with what I prefer. So I painted it black. And I actually did this several months ago and got sidetracked on other things. So you can see it's been in my craft room. It's got glitter on it. So I'm just gonna brush off as much of that glitter as I can. And I suppose if some glitter gets in it, oh shucks. And I'm actually gonna probably use this bigger brush to dry brush this one, because I want it to have the gold look to it also. If I had one of those like spray air thingies, I might just do that, but I don't. So We're going to start here. All right. And this is my finished product.